final 24 hours to execution.
Just don't simply get a man and walk him from his cell and execute him.
The policy book prescribes a schedule, hour by hour, and even down to minute by minute.
But executions don't always go according to the plan.
His head caught on fire and his leg caught on fire.
The needle was dangling there. It came out. That kind of was a messy deal.
From the long walk to the last meal.
It won't take it long before all it is stomach contents on an autopsy report.
There are not a lot of people who have the opportunity to actually see someone die.
Inside accounts from the men who worked there reveal the last 24 hours on death row.
It's routine for us.
Hello, Facebook, YouTube fam. Welcome. I'm Ken. And you're on mute. Always on mute.
My bad. I am Kelis, y'all. Welcome back to the show. A double dose of K's and the Ken and Kelis after show. Woo! It's been a while, y'all. It's been a while, fam. It's been a while.
It's been rough. We was like having technical difficulties before the show, so sorry for being late.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that, guys. So we're going to get into the show. And with that being said, all the information that we are going to be using tonight, we would like to say fair use. Also,
Yes,
Sam,
fair use.
don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are watching live right now, engage with us in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, please leave us a comment and let us know how you feel about this situation. So let's go on ahead and get into it. So Ken, let us know what we are going to be speaking about this evening.
We are going to be talking about the death penalty. And we are going to start with a recent case.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace to Marcellus Williams, who was unalived by the state of Missouri.
That's right. That's right. All right. Before we begin, I would like to go in this chat to say hi to everybody. Well, what's up? Enjoying the circus? What's happening? It's nice to see you. JW Mac, welcome back. It's nice to see you as well. Welcome back to the show, everybody. We appreciate that you have come on in. All right. So we're going to get into a slide here. That's what you want to do first, right, Ken?
Yeah, let's talk. We can talk about Marcellus.
Okay, we're gonna go here. So we have Marcellus. Hopefully, y'all be able to see that. I'm just gonna.
Can you zoom that in a little bit?
Put in your full screen so that you'll be able to see it, Ken. If you can, in the left or right hand side. Okay. Yeah. So we're speaking about Marcellus, and I don't know if he's a topic of discussion. I have seen him throughout on YouTube, and some people will say, oh, y'all are a little bit too late or whatever, but it is what it is. Better late than never, because it's still an important subject to speak about. And we really wanted to speak about this man here, Mr. Williams, Marcellus Williams. So without further ado, Kendra, take it away.
Okay, well, we are going to be talking about Mr. Williams, but we also are going to back it up with other men that have been on death row that was exonerated. So
yes,
they will be the next slideshows.
Yes.
All right.
Well, Marcellus Williams, we'll say Williams was railroaded from the jumpstart. In our opinion, we believe that he was green mild. So we believe that he is innocent. And as a woman, if there's further information that comes out later on in life, and it states that he was actually guilty, we will, or I know that I will for sure, will come back on this channel and I will apologize and I will say that I was incorrect. My information was incorrect, and that I am sorry. But as of right now, our opinion, and everybody has a right to their opinion, we believe that this man, he was innocent based on facts that we have researched. Go ahead, Ken.
Just jumping off what you were saying is that if you have to come back and backpedal what you said. I honestly don't believe we're going to have to, because DNA science is not supposed to lie. Like,
it's not supposed
it's
to,
not
right?
supposed to lie, but DNA,
yeah,
in this case, did not tie him to the murder at all. That's why so many people was trying to fight. Did I just stumble over my word?
No, it's fine. It's cool.
So many people were trying to fight for his innocence and was trying to get him off death row. Mm-hmm. But you know how the system is. I gotta watch what I'm saying because we're on YouTube too.
I know it's hard too, but you know what? It's all good because, like we always say with our YouTube channel, a Double Dose of K's, we always come in raw. So it is what it is. We want to try to, what's the word that we were trying to say? We want to try to
what's the word you trying to say?
Right now we haven't done this so long. We want to try to watch what we say because we know with the rules that is on YouTube and all. So we're gonna do our best. We will do our best. But anyways, without further ado, Marcellus Williams.
Williams
was railroad from the jump.
Kelis, wait just a second, real quick.
Yeah.
And before we start this, sorry you guys, before we start this, I first want to say rest in peace to all the victims. That's important to say because their story, a lot of their stories have been lost too because of a lie. So rest in peace to all the victims. I don't believe in folks getting murdered. I just said it.
It's all right. It happens.
Unalived.
So
yeah. So let's go. Let's start talking about Mr. Williams.
Okay, so Marcellus was railroad from the jumpstart, in our opinion. Convicted of unaliving Felicia Gale, which she was a news reporter
and social worker,
in 1998, with robbery and burglary. He spent nearly 24 years on death row.
Yes, none of the evidence pointed to Williams, not the knife, the shoe prints, the fingerprints, the hairs on the victim's shirt, I believe it was, and the hands or the floor.
And the state depended on jail informant saying Williams confessed the crime to him. What? He confessed the crime to him?
He was the girlfriend. Huh? Yes. Do you not know about jail informants? Like they work for the police.
So they said that Williams actually confessed that he.
That's what he said, but later on, that obviously wasn't true.
Well, because it says
they went off
confessed the crime to him, and the girlfriend of Williams saying she saw him with the victim's laptop.
Yes. All right. Yeah. So that's what no DNA, which should be very important in any conviction, especially a death row. Especially death. This is why I cannot believe in the death penalty, because there's too many errors in the system. Like people are being unalived by the state, and later on it's coming out that they were innocent, and that's why I cannot believe in a system like the death penalty. I don't believe in it.
Oh, we're gonna get into that. I'm probably gonna you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. Let me go to, I don't know if I can do it on here.
What are you trying to do?
Give me just a second, y'all. I want to do a poll, and I want y'all all who are in the live chat. I want y'all to vote on this poll. Here, give me just a second here. Let me see. On my channel live here because. Oh, okay. Here we go. So I'm going to do a poll real quick, and the poll is going to ask, and please vote, everybody. Please vote. Does America deserve to unalive? Let me see if I can create it on here. It's not letting me do anything. Oh, here we go. Or no, you know what? Before I put that, do you believe that death row is a righteous judgment?
Well, you already know I don't believe in it. So.
Yeah, I'm just asking yes or no. So we're going to start that poll. So if you are in the chat, please vote, and then we're going to give it just a couple of minutes. and then we're gonna see how many voted, and we're gonna see what y'all think. Okay. All right. So the poll has started. We'll do that. Okay. So let's continue with the slide here. So we say that the girlfriend of Williams said that she saw him with the victim's laptop. So I'm guessing that she supposedly saw Felicia Gale's laptop. He had the possession of Miss Gale's laptop, correct?
Yes, that's what I'm getting from that. Yes.
Okay.
And this was a stabbing, robbery, and burglary case.
Right.
So
yeah.
And then racism most definitely played a role in his conviction, dismissing the only Black juror on the panel. So the jury was all white. And even the victim's family didn't want Williams to be executed. Like, they were trying to spare his life.
Let's pinpoint. And I know that a lot of people are going to have issues with this racism thing. But I want to make a point here about where it says diminishing the only, which is only when I say that one Black person that was on the juror, that was in the juror on the panel, the only one Black person that was in the jury, right?
Yes.
So my opinion is that I don't think that it's going to be a fair conviction when you only have one black person in jury who's gonna go in and say, okay, is he innocent or is he not innocent? I think that there should be more Black people on there because we already know how we are. Okay, let's just be real with that already, and we're able to establish. And on top of that, let's just you know what? People don't like to speak about this, but it is what it is. Racism is real. It's alive.
Yep.
And a lot of people don't like to speak about it because I don't know why.
Honestly, I don't think a lot of
go ahead.
Honestly, I don't think a lot of people like to speak on racism because it hasn't affected them personally. That's why they don't like it.
Exactly. It hasn't affected them.
They want to speak out. So that's what I think it is.
Yeah, it hasn't affected them personally, but like it is what it is. If you're gonna have somebody that, if you're gonna go into this, if you're gonna try to judge someone on their conviction or what they have
about life,
it's just like you need more Black people in the jury. I'm sorry, I just believe that. Like, you need more Black people, not just one. And then you're gonna bypass that, and then you want it. And also, in my opinion, allegedly, whatever you want to call it, in my opinion, it's like the reason why they have, and I don't know how to say it, Ken. I really don't know how to say it. It's hard to say because, like, a lot of people get offended or whatever. But
what is it? Just say it.
I'm just gonna say it how it is because we were all in here. So it said that there was only one Black person in the juror, right? Mm-hmm. The rest were white. I don't think that is fair because most of those white people that were on the jury, I believe, that are racist. I'm sorry. I said it, and I ain't taking it back.
I mean, that's true.
I'm sorry, but I believe
that can definitely be a part of it. And then they see a Black man. Let's just be real. Like, Black people kind of intimidate other races, which, you know what? To their defense, some cases are right, but in this case, he was being convicted of false. What's the word? Evidence. But yeah, just to make it fair, I feel like it should be half and half since they want to do that. I just feel like that's just the right thing to do.
Well, so what I've researched and what I have heard is that the United States is the highest country to incarcerate people, and most of those people are colored people or they're poor people.
Yep.
They're poor.
That's true. With me watching all the death row stories, that is very true. A lot of them, even the ones that's not of color, the ones that are poor, that is a different race, they even said that in their trial, they were poor, and that played a big role because a lot of their co-defendants were able to get off because they had family with money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, and that gets to my point, and I know that we haven't even gotten to Marcellus, but I just want to say this since we're making this point. With research and statistics, it says that out of 9 people, one person out of that 9 people, one of those 9 people deserves to be exonerated.
Yep, probably that's true. Yep.
And let me go ahead and pull that up because I found a source here. Let me see which one it is. It says 1 in 8, but I heard someone say 1 in 9, but I'm gonna pull this up so that everybody can see it. Let me go to it. Which one is it?
And that's true about death row too. Well, yeah, death row cases, which will be at the end of the slides, where
Yes.
I talk a little bit about how a lot of the cases that was exonerated was mainly people of color.
Yeah, exactly. So y'all see here, innocent in error. Our death penalty system treats you better if you're rich and guilty than if you're poor and innocent.
Yep.
As a result, a stunning number of innocent people have been sentenced to be unalived. 200 people have been exonerated and released from death row since 1973. 1,600 people have been executed in the U.S. since 1973. 1 in 8. Now, like I said, I heard 1 in 9, but this source says 1 in 8. Every 8 people executed, 1 person on death row has been exonerated.
Yes.
Or has at least been deserved to be exonerated.
Or
right?
and even if they wasn't even if they didn't deserve to be, set free, a lot of the cases deserve to be retrialed because of the misconduct in their trials. Right. So yeah.
Right, exactly. So y'all see that there. Okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and oh girl, hold on.
What?
Hold on.
I hope everybody is doing well tonight.
Yeah.
On this Sunday.
Okay. So I want to get back to Marcellus Williams, but before then, let me take it to the chat. Enjoy the Circus said, confess to a jail informant who then went to the authorities. I'm getting he did not literally confess.
Right. That was false.
Yeah, because that was weird to me when I saw that information. It was like, what?
Such thing as false testimonies. You didn't know that? That happened in so many cases. False testimonies of people, eyewitnesses that were misidentification. I just stumbled over that word.
Identified. Yeah.
Yeah. But that happens in cases. A lot of these death row convictions. There was eyewitnesses that was mishandled or that was not right. There was misconduct in the prosecution and in the police, which there's many of cases where what's it called? False, what is it? Testimonies?
Allegations?
False allegations was beaten out of people. And then what else? Of course, not the right forensic science.
Oh, yes, because we actually have that on the slide. So we're going to get to that. Also, I agree the jury should be mixed.
Yes.
Because speaking about the jury should be mixed because sometimes one group might be intimidated, prejudiced, or downright racist. I believe prejudiced or racist. I honestly do believe that. It depending on what state you're in, honestly. So to balance a potential bias, the jury should be mixed. Yes. What do you think about that, Kate?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
It should be, that's fair.
Yeah. And it does happen that informants will tell the authorities what they want just to improve their own situation.
Yes, informants do that.
Yeah.
It gets time knocked off of their sentences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. I can't even see that right now.
Wait, did you bring it back up the Marcellus Williams page?
Yeah, I'm bringing it back up right now. Okay, there we go. Okay.
So I left off of the victim's family. Mrs. Yell's family didn't even want him to be executed. Like they wanted his life to be spared.
Yeah, which actually, let me pull up this link here that I have from CNN, because it did speak about that. It this whole thing, I don't know, it messed up here, but I don't know if y'all can see that. It said, I don't know if y'all can see that. Can y'all see that? Because wait a minute. Sorry, my bad. Y'all, it's a whole mess. My bad. Goodness gracious. Okay, so if y'all can see that, it said, I don't know why it's looking like that. Excuse us. So it said, this is from CNN. Marcellus Williams, whose murder conviction was questioned by a prosecutor, was unalived by lethal injection Tuesday evening in Missouri after U.S. Supreme Court denied a stay.
Yep.
And then as it goes down, because you were speaking about his family, it says, the Supreme Court action came a day after Missouri Supreme Court and governor refused to grant a stay of execution. The High Court offered no explanation for its decision, which was common for cases on its emergency docket. There was no noted dissent in two of Williams' appeals, and the third, Justice Sonia, well, the different names of the people that were on it. Williams was convicted in 2001 of unaliving Felicia Gale as a former newspaper reporter found
what
in her home in 1998. You already know what that means.
Oh.
But anyway, so we went through this, but it says that the family did ask. I'm trying to find that right here.
It says it in there because I looked at it. But they wanted him to be spared.
They wanted him. Well, in the title, Missouri executes Marcellus Williams despite prosecutors and the victim's family asking that he be spared. So yes. I'll just keep it with that one, because
so you would think that if the family was to be spared and there's no DNA evidence connecting him to the murder, that he would be pretty much set free. So what's your opinion on why you think Missouri, but what do you think, what's your opinion on why the state of Missouri unalived Mr. Williams?
Because he was black. It's just simple.
Yes, it was because he was black, but I also believe because they didn't want to confess that they were wrong, and they did not want to compensate him for all the time he spent on death row.
That's true. That's a really good observation, Ken. That's a very good observation. With that, number one, it is because he isn't black, or what people would say, so-called African American. Yeah. That it is what it is. And you know what? It really boggles me that they did that when there was a certain person that was let go for actually plotting her mother's unaliving, and she only got 10 years, and she was released after 10 years, and her name is G. Rose. If you know, you know. Go and look her up.
In Missouri too.
And she is Chillicothe, Missouri, and she got out, and she's free. Mm-hmm. And she actually had an autism. She actually used, allegedly, an autistic male to do the act, because there is actually a show. There's a movie about it's called The Act. Mm-hmm. To do the act. But of course, she manipulated him. But that's so crazy to me, because she is a. Sorry to say, guys, because I'm not trying to make it seem like it's race, like a race thing, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, it really is what it is. And I'm sorry, but that's just what it is. She is a white female, and she was released after there's proof that she actually had her mother unalived.
Yeah, she set it up.
Mm-hmm. She set it up. And there's proof, and she got released. And we have this black man, who afterwards information came in and showed that he was innocent, but yet he was executed.
Right, exactly.
He wasn't spared. This man was not spared. His life wasn't spared. Okay. And y'all want to talk about, let's not go back into slavery. Let's not go back here. Let's not go back there. but it still lives. It's just maybe it's not slavery, it's something else.
You
Read between the lines, people.
Do you know what irritates me so bad is when people, it be the people who is not of color.
Right.
Right. Irritates me when they say that racism don't exist, because I've heard this before not long ago. And seriously. I'm like, are you serious? There's too many accounts on a day-to-day basis that will prove that racism still exists in the workplace, in going in the stores and just everywhere.
Oh, what? Okay, so if Jissy Rose isn't white, then what is she then? What is she?
Well, the whole point is that she's not a woman of color, because if it was a woman of color, I believe she will still be sitting her ASS in prison. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. But
she probably would, because I have something on here. Oh,
let's get back to this. But while you're talking about that, let me go back to Marcellus, because
go ahead.
It's just sad, and there's countless of cases of not just his, but so many other ones where people was unalived, and like you can't bring them back. So over 1 million people signed a petition to try to get Williams a stay of execution so his case can be reviewed more, and of course the Supreme Court denied it. Yeah. He was unalived by the state of Missouri September 24th of this year at 610 in Missouri at the age of 55. So 55. Can you even imagine being on death row and knowing that one day they're going to tell you when you're going to die?
And I know that it doesn't matter, but from what I've read, because you know that they get a meal, they choose to have a meal before they are unalived. And another thing, okay, I'm going to tell you the meal, and there's another thing that I want to say that I'm like, well, I was like, really? Okay, the middle part that I saw that they said that he had chicken wings and tater tots. Like, what? Chicken wings and tater tots? Whatever, but anyways. But then somebody, I don't know, I think from what I read, it was his attorney. It was somebody that said, but he went in peace. And I'm like, really? You went in peace knowing that you were innocent, and you went in peace?
That's the thing. But you got to understand, like, which I don't understand, because I haven't been on death row. I don't go to prison, okay? Anyways, that ain't my life. But you just got to understand, this man was on death row for 20-something years, and he probably, a big part of him probably accepted the fact that, hey, he gonna die sooner than later. One day they're gonna tell him his time and hour when he gonna go, and he probably already met peace with it. Like,
yeah, it's true. So maybe that's why they said that he went peacefully. It's because, you know, his last word. What was his last word? Let me pull it up. Hold on. Let me see. Google Marcellus. Yeah. His last words said, "All praises be to Allah in every situation." And we all know that they say that Islam is the religion of peace. So maybe he did go in peace.
Yep.
Right?
Wow. All right. So, okay, Williams faced execution 3 times. Okay, 3 times. First time was in 2015, then 2017, and of course in 2024, his sentence was carried out by lethal injection. And there's a process of lethal injection. In most cases, there's 3 drugs they use. Some may use 2 in states, but they use an anesthetic. Did I say that? Anesthetic. They use it to make the person unconscious, and then they use a paralytic to hide the pain. And then they use a drug
to stop the heart. Yep.
And it all seems inhumane to me.
I guess, like you said, he did go in peace.
But the thing about it is, why do they have to use a paralytic to hide their pain? Because they know killing people, because dying hurts, and they want to hide it.
You know what? I actually have a theory about that. It's because the people that actually did it knew that he was innocent, so they decided that they wanted to give him something that he wouldn't exactly feel, so that he can go in peace, because they felt in their hearts that he was innocent, and of course the courts denied his exoneration. So they're like, let's go ahead and do this to give him, or maybe even the governor, whoever decides that, will say, give him this so it can make them feel better about themselves. Just saying, that is a theory. I don't know, allegedly, but that is a theory why they gave him that type of rug.
Well, they give it to all death row inmates who
they do
execution.
Really?
Yes, they give them 3 drugs or 2 drugs. It depends on what state they're in.
So they give them that paralytic to high pain. That I don't understand. Why did they give them that if they're if they're unaliving them anyways? Why did they do that? It's because they don't want to.
They want to seem. I guess the system wants to seem somewhat of what's the word I'm looking for?
Remorse. Empathetic.
Empathetic. Yes. That's what I'm taking from that.
They want to be empathetic, or they don't want the people who actually do the act that have to be there to give them that does execute these people. They don't want them to have PTSD from that situation.
And not just that, but also because what was I lost my train of thought. I was about to say something about this. Yeah, they want to be empathetic, but I don't know if that's the word I was looking for, because I don't know. They want to make it. They want to make it seem like the death penalty is something easy, so they can continue to do it here in America.
It's not like, seriously.
There's been
executions. Yeah, you see, like if I was in that position, I was the guard that had to do that act, and I was in that position to be there to unalive someone. I wouldn't be able to go at home and sleep well to see something like that. I wouldn't be able to do that, knowing I couldn't do it.
Yeah, and in my research, there was a warden who retired because he couldn't do it no more, and I don't remember his name, but it's on YouTube. He couldn't do it anymore. I think he said his last one was. I think he said his last death row unaliving was Carla Faye Tucker. Is that her name? Carla Faye, who was a woman on death row.
Oh, really?
In Texas, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think that was his last one that he did, and he couldn't do it no more.
I know that it's hard. It really does something to you when you are surrounded by death. I'm just gonna say, because it is what it is. When you're surrounded by death, it can't be an easy thing. It honestly, it really can, especially if you see and you know that these people are innocent. Ooh, it's hard. But anyways, before we continue on, let me go to the chat. So we were speaking about G Rose, excuse me.
You can say her name.
Enjoying the Circus says she's at least partially Cajun. Okay, what's that mean? And then DDOK TV says she's Latino or Middle Eastern or something. Really? I don't get that. But Cajuns are descended from, how do you say that? Acadians. Actually, Cajuns and Acadians are the exact same people, just living in different areas. They are closely related to French Canadians. Well, I think French Canadians are white, so I don't know.
Well, the ones I've seen, they are. When we came to Montreal, so
look what DDOK TV said. She's like, okay, she's white. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you being white, black, whatever. It is what it is, you know? Okay, so Enjoying the Circus says, however, can also include many groups, not always specific races. And then we get to JW Mac. He said, I heard a statement today. Do Americans have the right to Green Mile people? That's a good poll. I actually put that in my notes. I have that in my notes, and that would be a good poll. What do y'all think, y'all?
Nope.
Do Americans have the right to Green Mile people? Let us know in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, comment down below and let us know if America has the right to Green Mile people. Do you think that it's a righteous judgment? Do you have the right to judge people on that accord? Let us know in the comments, or if you're in the live chat, let us know in the live chat. Wow, it's thundering. Sorry, it's thundering, y'all. That's weird. But anyways, let us know in the chat. So we gone to Marcellus Williams, and we went through his situation. This is a very, very sad situation because, like I said before, 1 out of 9 people that are on death row, they actually deserve to be exonerated. And in this case, he was the 1 out of the 9 people. But unfortunately, it didn't go well for him, unfortunately.
Nope. Missouri was like, nope, not you, not today. And then you know what? They're back at it doing it next month or in 2 months. Like they just go back to it. The next person up.
Yep. Okay, so can you know more about these people? So these are the people that have been exonerated, or explain that.
Oh, I don't see the slide.
No, I'm going to go to it, but the next people that have gone. Right. Okay, so this one, for example, Sherwood Brown.
Okay, so these people, there was like a list of like 15, but there's countless names, and I wrote down 6 of them, and these are people who spent many years on death row. It was finally exonerated by the Innocence Project, or who stepped in and wanted to get DNA testing, which I'm just confused. Why are y'all putting folks to death when y'all don't do DNA testing in their trial? I don't understand. Like how that worked. I don't know. All right. So, Mr. Brown, sentenced to death for killing a 13-year-old girl in 1995 in Mississippi, which is terrible. The little girl dying. Spent 26 years on death row and was freed after charges was dismissed because of false witness testimony and lack of DNA linking Brown to the crime. See what I'm saying? False witness testimony, and then of course the DNA.
How are they able to get away with stuff like this? I don't understand this. I don't understand how they're able to get away with this if they don't know for sure, and they just have somebody a witness. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't understand. Let's go on to the next. Eddie Lee Howard, sentenced to the death of killing an elderly white woman in Mississippi in 1994. Spent 26 years on death row until the district attorney pointed out a discrepancy in bite mark analysis. DNA proved his innocence, I should say, and he was exonerated by the Supreme Court a year later.
So not only did y'all keep this man on death row for 26 years, but then it took y'all a year to free him.
Did they give him any money for it?
I didn't research all that. I didn't go into more detail about that, but it's terrible if they didn't. That's the least they can do.
Sad. Jerry Banks.
All right, Mr. Banks. He was tried 3 times of murder of the 1974 killing of a couple. First trial, he was found guilty and sentenced to death. And in the second trial, he was found guilty again. The third trial, and keep in mind, he's on death row this whole time after the first trial. And in the third trial, he was found innocent because of new witness that proved he was innocent. He spent 6 years on death row.
Well, at least he only did. I mean, I'm not saying that any day is good spent, but from all the people that spent that long on death row, he was only 6 years on death row, and then he was released, right?
Yes. Now this next one is so freaking sad.
Oh my God.
Let me do this one. All right, because I did a case on this on my podcast when I used to have my podcast Mystified. So George Stinney Jr., 14-year-old boy convicted by an all-white jury. There you go, that all-white jury again, of a murder of 2 girls in 1949 in South Carolina. Stinney was rushed to his death by electrocution, the electric chair. He was the youngest to be executed in the 20th century, and I have more to say about this. Because during his during his trial, his attorney, it's like his attorney was with the prosecution because his attorney did not question none of the prosecution's witnesses. He barely asked questions. He didn't call hardly no witnesses for client, which is George. And then he did not file an appeal when they wanted to expedite his execution, which is
you clearly see the timeline, right? 1949. You clearly see that timeline right there. It's very sad. This poor young man.
Yes, and when he went to the death chamber to the electric chair. He was so short that his feet didn't even touch down. And then the mask that was on his face, because he was only 90 pounds, it rubbed down his face like it came down when he was getting all those electrocution shocks in him, thousands of shocks, and you could see the tears coming out of his eye during his execution.
Now here, it doesn't state what he was convicted of. What was he convicted of?
Yeah, he was convicted of killing 2 white girls in 1949.
Oh, it does say that. Wait, 14 years was convicted white jury. Okay, sorry, it did say that. My apologies.
Several years, I didn't say this, but several years later, over decades later, his name was finally cleared. Over 20 years later, I didn't put that on there, but I know.
But like, he's a 14-year-old boy, 2 girls. Like, what could he have? How could he have possibly?
What? Okay, listen.
In South Carolina, how? What?
Listen, this movie takes me back to A Time to Kill, when it wasn't even the black person. It was the YT men.
Yeah.
Allegedly, but anyways, that's my thoughts on this.
That's sad. That is very sad. 14 years old. And his execution was rushed.
He was, yes, he only spent 3 months on death row, and his attorney did not appeal it to get a stay,
let me say something, and I'm gonna say allegedly, from what I've heard, allegedly, y'all hear that? Allegedly, that a lot of these people in these law forces, they belong to the KKK.
Oh yeah, I believe that too.
They belong to the KKK. Let's just say it. Come on.
Come on. What is our YouTube channel about to get shut down?
Well, if it does, at least we spoke the truth, right?
It's been real, y'all. It's been real.
Sorry, my bad. Hold on a second.
If we get shut down, y'all know what it is. It's the YouTube algorithm that's shutting us down.
Look, you said shut down, and then my whole setup went down. My whole setup went down. Anyways, but maybe we spoke too soon with that one. But hey, like I said, allegedly, right? Allegedly. So of course you can clearly see that these things are happening with people of color, mostly people of color, which actually.
But look at his face. He's 14. Look like somebody's brother. Well, he was somebody's brother.
He was somebody's brother. He was somebody's brother, somebody's son.
But my thing is, what's the odds? Come on, of a 14-year-old boy killing 2 white girls? Well, it don't even matter their race. What's the odds of a 14-year-old who was 90-some pounds, killing 2 girls at the same time?
It didn't happen. It did not happen, y'all. It didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
It did not happen.
But you can do your research more on this case, because
please do.
Very sad.
Please do your research. On here, I said current U.S. death row population by race. It looks like it's almost 50% of people, Black people, are on death row.
Yeah.
Here, let me pull that up so that y'all can see this. Let me remove this real quick, and I'm gonna pull up. Which one is it? Let me see. Share screen. No, it's not that one. Which one is it? Hold on.
It's very sad.
Racial. Okay, here we go. Can y'all see that?
Hold on.
Current U.S. death row population by race.
I don't see none yet.
Oh, I have to pull it up. Sorry, my bad. My bad. Do y'all see that, right?
I do.
It's almost 50% of Black people. And if you scroll down here, it'll show you with the states how many Black people, if it's true, in each state. Y'all see?
There's no Black people in Montana because there's hardly Black people in Montana. Shoot.
Right. But I'm surprised because here it said 4 on death row. Really? I was like, is it 4? Is it 4,000? But this is supposedly a source. Deathpenaltyinfo.org is what where I found this information. So I don't know, y'all, but that's what I saw. I just wanted to show y'all that one because I researched that. But anyway, so Stanley, we know that it's a very, very sad situation. But hold on, let me remove this real quick because I want to go back to the chat. Like,
go back to the chat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like JW Max said, I heard a statement today. Do Americans have the right to Green Mile people? I don't think so. You say you don't think so, right, Ken?
Yeah, I don't think so. Mm-mm.
Okay. And then Enjoying the Circus says, in many cases, creates reasonable doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then JW Max says, I believe there should be law as people who serve on a jury. There should be 3 people from every ethnicity to serve on a jury.
Yeah, that's actually.
That's fair. It's fair. But like with Marcellus Williams situation, like you said, Ken, there was only 1.
And the person was dismissed. I'm not sure if it was a man or a woman, but they were Black.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. Like, let's just be real. Our people know, even though you may disagree with them at times, and or you may agree with them, we know our people and we know how they are, right? So it would be just to have somebody on there that knows your culture and knows how you act in a sense. I should say in a sense. But when you just have people on there that just hate you, let's just be real. When America, at least I should say, that don't have a care in the world, even though they want to make it seem like they do. And you only have 1 person on that jury that looks like you. How could that be fair? I don't see how that is fair.
That's why they railroaded. It's a tragedy.
It really is. All right, y'all. We have a couple of more slides and we're gonna wrap this up because I know that we've been on here for a minute. So let's get to Frank Lee Smith.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Frank Lee Smith. You want me to read it, Ken, or do you want to do it?
I can read it. Don't matter. You can read the next one.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So, Mr. Smith, sentenced to death of essay. I was trying to look for the word. Essay of an 8-year-old girl in Florida in 1985. The Innocence Project demanded DNA testing to prove Smith's innocence. The real suspect was identified later.
Wow.
After 14 years on death row, he died from cancer. 11 months later, he was exonerated. Like, what kind of mess?
After he passed. He was exonerated after he passed and was found innocent?
14 years. He was innocent on death row, and then the true killer is identified. This is why I can't believe in a system like this.
I wonder what race he was.
I did look that up.
I wonder.
So not only did he have to spend 14 long years on death row, he had to fight cancer too.
He had cancer. Oh, man. Wow. Hold on.
Hey, y'all. Everybody good? Let me look in the chat.
Sorry. Go ahead. All right. So,
I was just about to distract the chat while you was doing what you were doing, but never mind.
Oh, yeah. We were just looking up something. Me and my husband were just looking up something. Okay. Anyways, let's move on to Anthony Ray Hinton, right? Is his name?
Yeah.
Anthony Ray Hinton. He was sentenced to death for the double robbery murder in 1985. A false witness.
There's a false.
Y'all know about what that means. False accusations. A false witness identification inadequate counsel, and extensive ballistics examination play a huge role in his conviction. The Equal Justice Initiative proved Hinton was innocent and that he had an unfair trial. He was exonerated in 2015. He later wrote a book called The Sun Does Shine: How I Found Life and Freedom on Death Row. You want to expound on Mr. Hinton, Ken?
No, just basically like he was freed and he wrote about his struggles, and he found, I don't know, he found light at the end of the tunnel from being in such a dark place. See what I'm saying? These people, these men, the men, women, because there are women on death row too who I'm sure are innocent too.
Yeah, there was an article that I did come across about him quickly, but it went to something else, but I think I lost it, so I'm not even going to get into that. But it's good that he was innocent and he's free, and he wrote a book, and he was able, hopefully he was able, you know, to find peace within himself from doing the years, because it did it say how many years he did?
It probably did. I just probably didn't put it in this slide.
Okay. Yeah,
but I'm sure.
Okay. If you guys want to know, just go ahead and look up his name. Anthony Ray Hinton is his name.
I really think it was a long time. So
okay, you said it was.
It was a long time. Shoot, a year on death row belonged to me, but
right. 2 minutes would be long for me, child. Woo! I don't think so. Okay, so with so here's some references and sources that we got this information from at www.theroot.com. 50 times a black man was freed from facing the death penalty, etc. And then it says there are 375 DNA exonerations in the U.S., probably more in 2024 since 1989, and 225 people are black exonerants.
Yep.
There are
flaws
in
the system.
In the judicial system. We already know that there is. There really is. And then you sent to me the last about the leading factors in wrongful convictions. Do you want to go ahead and re-explain this, Ken?
It's really just self-explanatory. Eyewitness misidentification, which we saw that in some of the cases that we just went through. False confessions. Because like in some of the cases, I'm not sure in the ones that we did, but I know that when I was researching and I was going through a lot of cases, there's false confessions. Did I say confections?
It's fine.
False confessions of the so-called guilty being beat into their confessions that are false, like by the police. And that's why they end up getting convicted, because of their confessions, which was really false.
Yeah.
And then of course the police and the prosecution, their misconduct, flawed forensic evidence, and then perjury and testimonies.
Did you say with when you were telling me with Marcellus Williams that his girlfriend was talking about his forensic, which was with the tool that he used, and then they come back and said that his DNA wasn't on that?
Nope, it wasn't on it. DNA was not on it was not on the knife. I'm just gonna say it wasn't on the knife. It wasn't on the victim's shirt. It wasn't on the floor in the victim's home. It wasn't on the shoes. So my thing about when you want to lie somebody with a knife, there's going to be evidence on you too. You're going to get evidence somewhere. Like, what? Unless you Dexter Morgan and can clean it up good. Okay?
I'm thinking that this case may have been a snap situation, if you know what I mean. If you know, I know what I'm speaking about. Allegedly.
I thought about it too when I was reading this case. When I was when I was reading through the Marcellus Williams case, that's exactly where my mind went to.
What's that movie? It's called
years on death row. Anthony Ray Hinton. He spent 30 years.
Yeah. He spent 30 years. Thank you for that information, Joe. JW Mac. Thank you for that information.
Thank you.
So yeah. So this is Oh man, a lot of information. Please don't forget to thumbs up the stream, y'all. Thumbs up the stream. And if you're watching and you have not subscribed, subscribe to our channel. And if you subscribe to our channel, don't forget to hit the bell to be notified of our content. Anyways, so woo, yes, thank you. So it's been, I mean, I have more information, but I know that we've been going on probably long enough with this, because I found some information about the Black defendant, Black victims, like Black, what do you call it? The number of Black defendants executed for killing a Black victim is lower than the number of Black defendants. And then it goes on with the white defendants with Black victims. So like Black on is speaking about Black on Black crime, and then Black crime against other races, like with white people, for etc. But I can, you know what? Let me put that in the chat, because we're not going to speak on that. I'll just put this information in the chat so that everybody can see that. I was going to speak on that, but I think that we pretty much covered everything on this, hopefully. And like I said, if we are incorrect with all the things that we had said, I believe that Ken and myself, we are woman enough to come back on this stream and apologize to the world or YouTubers, whatever, however you want to call it, and say that we're wrong in our information, and that we were incorrect. Because I would definitely totally do that. I have no issue with it. But as of today, Marcellus Williams, he was definitely green mild. He was walking the green line, and the brother was green mild. Yeah, if I haven't seen that movie, and tater tots, y'all. Yeah.
Shut up. You know what? When they said the chicken, I was mad about it. Like, you know what? I just skipped over that. I was just shaking my head. Y'all would have to include the chicken strips and the tater tots.
I'm not even trying to be like rude with that, but chicken wings and tater tots?
Like, what the hell?
That's what he wanted, child.
Okay.
That's what he wanted.
But yeah, back to what I was saying, how Kelis named the stream Green Mild, which was such a good description, because that movie, they knew he was innocent.
Yep.
And they had to sit through and execute him.
Yep. Which was very sad indeed. But we appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for coming into live today, y'all.
It's starting to
I didn't even look at the poll. Hold on, let me look at the poll real quick. In poll, I don't know if I can see it. Let me see if I can. Okay, do you believe that the death row is a righteous judgment? 100% people that voted said no. So there's your answer.
Vengeance of the Lord's.
Exactly. Vengeance is the Most High Yah. So in with the question, like J.W. Max said, does America deserve to unalive?
Or to green mile?
To green mild. If you're watching the replay, comment down below and let us know. Thank y'all so much for coming on live. We appreciate y'all. It's been a while, but hey, we love you, fam. We love you, fam. Is there any last things that you would like to say, Kim, before we end the live?
Just thank y'all so much for coming in, and we will see y'all on the next one.
We will. Until next time. Cheers.
Cheers.
Stay beautiful, people. Be blessed. Amen. Bye.
Bye.